Guys, welcome back. This one is probably one of the better subs that I've had back recently. It's only, I think, about 14 or 15 cards, but the cards are a little bit more interesting than some of the other stuff that I've had back. So the first card that I got back in the sub was this Near Mint Mew EX promo. So it's the play promo. I had been browsing on Mercari a couple of months ago, and it had just came on, and I think I paid something like, I don't know, 30,000 yen or something for it. It was pretty cheap, and I just thought it looked like a really clean card. So it's got, I don't know if that's it's on the card. It's got a little bit of a kind of hollow scratch on there, but apart from that, it's generally pretty tidy. I think from memory it had this little scratch on the border at the, no it's not. I thought it had, is it that border? There's a little scratch somewhere, is it maybe the back side? I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you or if I'm even right. But I think it had a little dent, there it's there, on the border. I don't know if you can really see that because it's so small. Anyway, it's got a little tiny dent on this back border here. I think it was maybe visible on the front as well. Can't remember, but anyway, the damage is so minimal that it's not, you can't really see it. So it's a pretty clean 7. It's not no real bad edge wear. A little bit, not as bad as some other cards I've seen with better grades. A little bit of kind of not peely corners, but it's just kind of like when the cut's not perfect. I don't really know how you describe it, but yeah, it's a nice clean card. So yeah, I was quite happy that one got a 7. Next pile I've got, so the first one is this 8.5 Gyarados Gold Star. I know for sure that this one would have been brought down because the centering is so off centre, so that bottom border is very, very thin compared to the other ones. But I was actually kind of hoping it would have got a 9. It's a very, very clean card. There's no scratches or dings or anything like that. These kind of little white things that you can see are just from the return packaging. But yeah, it's a very, very clean card. I don't even think there was any edge wear on it at all. Nah. So yeah, it's just, I had toyed with the idea of trying to send it to PSA, but the centering's just so bad on it that it's not really worth trying to get a better grade. So yeah, I got an 8.5. This one I was surprised at. I actually thought this one would have had a good chance. So I've got a Squirtle one here as well. I actually thought this one would have had a chance at a 9.5. It's pretty clean, well centered, but it must have something. They've given it an 8.5. I never got subgrades on it, so I don't know what it would have been brought down by, but I can't remember there being anything too bad. There's a little tiny bit of edge wear there, and that's really about it. So yeah, not quite sure. It must have something. I'd imagine it'll have some, is that maybe? That's possibly one of the things there. Just a scratch on the back surface has probably had an effect. And I think that's on the slab, yeah. So yeah, that's probably had an effect on it. But yeah, still a nice clean card for it being an 8.5. And then from my 9 pile, now this I'm a little bit, it's a really clean card. Now I bought like 3 Koro Mews all from the same online store, and each of them came with, it was literally identical, so it must have came from the same person, but it had this kind of identical like little bit of edge wear across this kind of same location as well, and it was like 2 or 3 very small bits. So this was one of the better condition ones. Like you can see how clean the card is. I think there's a print line. I don't know if you can kind of vaguely see it running up there. So there's a print line on it. That scratch I think is on the case, it's not on the card. So there's a print line on it, but apart from that, the surface is is clean. So yeah, we've got a 9 in that one, which is good. So it means that the 8.5 in my collection, I can list it on eBay and try and get it sold. So I actually got an 8.5 from another sub that sold within like 3 or 4 hours of putting it on eBay. So I've actually already listed my 8.5 from my own collection, so we'll see how long that one takes to sell. But yeah, I'm quite pleased. Like the back on that one's, it's really clean. There's like no whitening. I know it's kind of very dusty, but yeah, that's a really nice card. I don't know, is that on the card? It is. Ah. I'm kind of surprised if that's on the card. I'm actually kind of surprised it got a 9, but I don't know if this kind of scratching here is just on the slab. Yeah, it is. Yeah, a little bit surprising. I've seen CGC dock things harder. This is one thing, it's purely anecdotal, like there's no, I don't have any proof of it, I don't know anyone that has any proof, but I have been told by a few people that when you grade through CGC without subgrades, the grades tend to be a little bit more generous, and it can sometimes swing things by like half a point, but in your favour. I don't know whether it's true or not. I would personally say that I've seen cards come back with like this type of scuffing. I don't really know what that is. It's really strange. It's almost like it's like something on the card, and I don't know if that's something a little bit further up. Let me see. It's really difficult to tell. It looks as if this is something else a little bit further up. I don't know, but yeah, it's one of the ones that I've heard that they can swing things in your favour when you don't grade with subgrades. I don't know. I just know that I've got a 9 in this card now, which is pretty good. So it's a clean card. I get a 9 in this, the Pokemon Pal City. So it's an unnumbered promo. I can't remember how these were distributed, but basically you've got different artworks that were given through different regions. And I think the distribution on them was pretty short, so you've got one that's like a Pikachu and a Pichu. I'm trying to think what other ones there are, but yeah, they're quite cool cards. I like the artwork on it. It's obviously Japanese exclusive as well, so I would like to try and collect a full set of these if I can. So we'll see if I can pick any more up. I got a 9 in this one, which I'm really happy about. So I did have the English version of it, but the Japanese version it's actually pretty rare. You don't really see them come up for sale, and when you do, I think they're like 100,000 yen plus, so they're fairly expensive cards. I had the English one that I got from Troll and Toad that I graded, and I think it was like a 7.5, and I sold that one when I picked this one up recently. Again, this was another one that I thought was going to get a little bit of a lower grade, so I got a 9 in this. I think I estimated it to be like an 8.5 or something, but it's got a 9. Again, it's kind of difficult to see, but it's got like these little bits of whitening on the edges, so I think it's just maybe that one. And I think from memory it had some scratching on the back, but I can't really see anything. Like you can see, kind of see it there a little bit. It's quite difficult to get it in focus, but there's a little bit of scratching on the back surface as well. Nothing major, like it's very clean otherwise. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that one. That one's not going to be for sale. I'm just going to be keeping that in my own collection because I like the artwork for it. And it's kind of similar to the 20th anniversary promo from 2016 as well, the 279 XYP, which is a card that I had before. I only got like an 8 or an 8.5 grade, and I sold it for a pretty good price. So I'm looking to try and pick one of them back up again, but something that's condition wise, it's a lot better than that. I can keep it in my collection. Another one that I got in a 9 was this CD promo Charizard. Definitely the centering would have pulled this one back. That, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of the only reasons that this card got a 9 was because of the the centre, because from memory it was very clean. Like, there's a little tiny nick in that corner. Apart from that, very clean. So you could even find that yeah, it probably was the centre that was like an 8.5, and I think everything else would probably have been 9 or above on this one. It's very clean as well. So yeah, I probably will be selling that one. I don't think I'll be keeping it. I get this Sapporo's Pikachu, which is quite a cool promo from the Sun and Moon era. I got a 9 in that one, which was pretty good. I actually thought it was maybe going to be a little bit higher because it was fairly clean. Let's see, no, maybe not. A little bit of edge damage on the top. So yeah, that's probably pretty fair without looking at the rest of it. But I would say just because of the size of that bit of whitening, it's probably brought it down a little bit. And then there's another little touch here. I think these are quite difficult to grade because it's a glossy surface on the front as well. So kind of similar to the CoroCoro Mew promo. They can be difficult because they get scratched up so easily. So yeah, 9 grade and that's pretty good. And then onto the 9.5 pile, I got this Squirtle, which again I'm not surprised. I thought that one was really quite clean. I'm going to do a check on the prices on these and possibly consider holding it back to go to PSA. I don't know if I will or not. If it's worth it. There was 1 or 2 cards from my recent subs that I'm doing it with, so I got like a, was it a 9 or a 9.5? I think it was a 9. I got in like a Dark Blastoise from the Team Rocket set that I'm going to hold back and send to PSA because I think it's got a really good shot at a 10 because it was very clean. So and it's worthwhile doing depending on what tiers they open back up in December. Quite happy with the grade on this one. So this is one that people sometimes refer to as Window Mew, so it's a play promo as well, a Japanese card. But yeah, a 9.5 in that is very good, so I'm quite happy with that one. We've got this Pikachu Level X, which was from, what's a movie commemoration special pack. I think I get this for quite a good price as well, so I'm quite pleased that one graded so highly. And then I've got 2 of these lilies, so I submitted 3. I was hoping to get a 10, which I did end up getting, so I've got a pristine 10, which I'm going to keep. I'm going to put that one into my collection and just sell the 2 9.5s. I think one of the reasons I picked these up was just when you look at some other lily cards, the price on them is really expensive. So there was one, I can't remember what set it was in as well, but again it was a set card. I think one thing that people say kind of holds this card back is the fact that it's called Lily's Full Force, whereas the other cards just say Lily. I don't know, but this is one that I'm going to be sticking in my collection, so we'll see if the price goes up on this any. Again, it's a fairly new set. Dream League's only kind of went out of print in the springtime this year, so you can still get your hands on this card for fairly cheap. I think maybe 8,000 yen, 9,000 yen, something like that, which is about $80 or £65 roughly. So yeah, you can still pick them up fairly cheap just now. Personally, I don't think it will be like that for very much longer, just because it's a Lily card, but again, who knows. And then the best card just for the end here, I got a 9.5, which I'm really happy with, in this one Pikachu card. So PSA 10s in this card sell for, like, I think there was a few auctions ran last week or the week before, and they sold for maybe like £1,200, which is probably about, I don't know, $1,600, $1,700, something like that. And I think PSA 10s actually sold for a lot more a good few months ago when the market was a lot more hyped up. It's a little bit quieter just now, but this is just a set of cards that I have wanted to pick up just for myself. So you can pick them up very cheap. You can get them. The thing that kind of bumps the price up on the very good condition cards is because of how they were distributed. It's very difficult to get a mint copy or a gem mint copy, even a near mint copy. So these were basically handed out whenever people purchased some kids clothing, so they were like thrown into shopping bags and given to kids and stuff like that. So the yeah, the you don't really tend to get very good condition ones. So I've now got two. There's a set of 4 cards. I've now got 2 of them that are graded in a 9.5. One of them's graded in a 9, and I've got another one sitting over to my left hand side that I'm actually going to hold back and send to PSA, because ideally what I would like to do is cross my 9.5s over to a PSA 10. So yeah, I'm really happy with that one. I actually think even the 9 could cross. I think from memory it's got a print line on the back surface, but it's one of the ones that is very hard to notice, so I don't know. I think I'll try all 4, or the 3 that I've got in PSA slabs even. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that one. So that's another one that I will be putting into my collection and keeping it. I just like the artwork on the sets. I think it's cool. It's a nice little mini set. It's only 4 cards. I enjoy trying to hunt for them in mint condition as well. Every time I'm ready to spend some money on stuff, I keep a little bit aside to look for them. So I think I actually had this card that graded an 8 in one of my last submission videos, so I'll be listing the 8 for sale on my eBay. But yeah, happy to get a 9.5 in that one. So yeah, sorry this video went on a little bit longer for it not being a lot of cards. I think I've done probably enough talking about the stuff, but yeah, thanks very much for watching. I should hopefully have another video just going over the last sub that I don't think I've went over yet. I think I've got 1 box left, so yeah, I'll hopefully do that in the next couple of days. Thank you.